So I'm preparing for my next trip, and instead of just throwing things in my bag, I like to plan what I'm taking. These are the things I'm taking for my next trip. I have to document them on Iteminder, my documents, my bags, my laptop. These are important things I'm taking along, and I don't want to forget them. Hence, me documenting everything on Iteminder. Normally most people do this on their notes app, but I'd rather have them on Iteminder because Iteminder is much more smarter. So when I'm done documenting, my bag is ready for movement, and this is what it looks like when I'm done documenting and preparing. It's a more smarter way. And the good news is I get notification. This is the notification I got. So instead of just picking my items, packing my bags, and heading out for the trip, I had to document my items first. And I had to document my items on Iteminder instead of my phone's notes app. Why would I do this? Iteminder gives me more control over my trip items and my trip by sending strategic and structured notifications and reminders not to forget my trip items when going or when coming from the trip. It also allows me to share my trip with friends who serve as human reminders. They get notifications to remind me not to forget my trip items. That way, I'm not just relying on my memory or push notifications to remember my trip items. I also have people who are accountable to remind me not to forget my trip items. But one thing is for sure, they wouldn't have access to my trip list because that is pretty much private. So tell me, would you rather use your memory, your phone notes app, or would you rather use Iteminder?